Welcome back to the channel. My name's Dave. Today we're going to go over replacing some of the interior LED lights on the C5 Corvette. You have one in each footwell and then also two in the rear trunk area. Now there's many different websites out there that sell these interior light packages. I'm just going to bring one up in particular. I'm not calling them out. I'm not saying that their lights are good, bad, or anything like that. But Vet Lights sells an interior lighting package which will give you all four of those lights as well as the two map lights that are in the rear view mirror. I personally am going to leave the map lights the way they are, but the other four I'm going to replace. Now Vet Lights sells that package for like $25. Now I went on Amazon and got a 10-pack of the same LEDs for like 12 bucks. So, and it's 10 of them. So I have these four. And then also the rear license plate lights are the same bulb. So I believe Vet Lights sells that package. I forget how much money they sell those two LEDs for. Maybe 15 bucks. I don't really know. But again, 10 of these for $12. And it's the same light. And let's be honest, they're all made in China. Alright? I'm not saying, again, not saying their bulb is better than this, worse than this, or anything. They're just all made in China. So these work just fine. I've had these in my 2009 Honda Accord. I replaced those lights 8 years ago when I first got the car. So they've been going strong for 8 years now. Never had to replace them. So once again, you get 10 of them for $12. I'm going to use 6 in total today on this car. I believe also the rear markers are also the same bulbs if you wanted to change them out. I'm just going to leave them. I'm hoping some company comes out with some rear markers that'll look a lot nicer. But let's get into it, and I'll show you how to replace these four on the inside first, and then I'll show you how to replace the license plate light as well. Now in that first little clip you may have seen that I had the front door open and the rear hatch open. The reason why I have all these doors open, I even have the passenger side door open, is after 20 minutes or so the interior lights will turn off. Those stock bulbs get pretty hot, so if you have a door open and if you're trying to replace those bulbs get pretty hot. So I would suggest opening the doors up, in the garage or on a nice day like I'm doing today. You just wait the 20 minutes, all the lights will go off, the bulbs will cool down, and then you'll be able to do what you need to do without burning your fingertips. Alright, so first I'm going to start on the driver's side. On the driver's side, once you look up into the footwell, you're going to see that's where your one footwell light is on the driver's side. And when you go to the passenger side, you'll see the same thing. So we just have to remove that. You'll see the bulb, and then we can just pull that bulb out. Now to get all these plastic pieces off, all you need is a flat blade screwdriver. Come in here into the center, and just pull that straight down. And then this will reveal your bulb here. I'm trying to so you can see that. And all you have to do is just pull this bulb out, and then you can replace them with LEDs. Now first I'm just going to remove all these bulbs out of every single one. This way when I put the LEDs back in, they are polarity sensitive. So you can put them in backwards and they won't work. But all you have to do is just turn them around and they'll work. So what I'm going to do first is remove all these bulbs. This way they're all out. And then I can just start replacing them one by one with the interior lighting on so that I know if I have them the right way or not. So now I'm going to show you how to do the back bulbs. Now when you come to the rear hatch area, there's two sets of lights in each corner. You have one there, and then also one back in this corner. Wow, that's really blurry. One back in this corner. Now again, to take this rear lens off, you just need your flat blade screwdriver. You're going to have to wedge it in between the black plastic and the lens itself. And then once you get in there, it'll just pop right out. It gives you access to your bulb that's inside. Just pull this bulb out, and now we just have to replace it with LED. Now again, you have two of these in the trunk area, so I'm going to do the other one. And now I'm going to start putting the LEDs back in. Now before we get started on putting the new bulbs in, I just want these sockets to be live again. So all I'm going to do is unlock the car, and that'll make these lights go back on. So now I'm going to take my bulb. I have a 50-50 shot when I plug this in that it's going to work on the first shot. So all you have to do is just start to plug this in. Right, it's not working, so therefore I just put it in backwards. Just come back here, put that in, and there you go. You see that it's lit now. And then all you have to do is slide this back in, Get one side clicked in, and then just snap the other side in, and now we're good to go. So that's on the driver's side. You just have to do the same thing on the passenger side. So now let's go back to the rear, and I'll show you how to do the rear one. So now to come back here to the rear one, all you have to do is take your new LED bulb, put this into the socket, and like I said, I mean, this one worked the first time. I mean, you have a 50-50 shot of getting it, but if you did turn this around, it's not going to work. So just make sure, just turn that back around again, and now we're good. Then all you have to do is take your plastic lens, stick that back in here, it all snaps back together, and now you're good to go on the rear. So now here we are at the back of the car with all the interior lights done. Like I said, the same bulb does your license plate lights. So you have these two here. Each light is held in by these two torque screws. So you have to loosen these two screws, pull the plastic light housing out, and just replace the bulb. So that's going to do it for replacing those 4 interior lights, the 2 license plate lights. As well, this same bulb is very versatile. You can, like I said, you can use it on the rear side markers. You can also do it in the glove box. Now I know I got 10 of them. I replaced the 4 inside, the 2 license plate lights, so that's 6 total bulbs. My wife's Rogue that you see behind me takes the same bulbs for her rear license plate light, so those took 2, so that makes 8. And then I was telling my father-in-law about this as well. He wanted his license plates replaced too, so I only had 2 left, so I replaced his with LED as well. So I used those 10 bulbs up. So for $12, and it took maybe 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes to do all 4 of those bulbs. Another 5 minutes to do the license plate lights. It's a nice nighttime modification that'll really make the interior look nice when those lights are on at night. Now the bulb also replaces the glove box light, and if you have an automatic, it replaces the shift indicator lights. Now since the shift indicator lights are on with the interior illumination, you know, when you're driving around, I kind of wanted all those lights to be stock color. Now as you saw, these are very bright white, so I didn't want those indicators to be a bright white, so I'm not going to replace those, and I don't have any more bulbs left, or else I would replace the glove box light. I don't really go in the glove box much, so it's not a big deal if I replace that light or not. So now I'm going to fast forward to tonight to show you a little clip on what these interior lights look like, as well as what the license plate looks like. I imagine that it's going to look really nice. Like I said, I did up my Honda Accord, and I love the look. So here's the nighttime footage. Alright guys, so here we are outside at night. Like I said, I want to show you these lights at night. So when we open up the inside, I mean, look at the footwells. Look how bright they are. They're nice and bright. Look back in that trunk area. I mean, everything back there is nice and bright. I mean, even when we come back here to the trunk area, I mean, you know, if you want to read something, I mean, like, here's my battery charger. I mean, we can read everything off that. I have no exterior light on except for these bright LED lights in the back here. So everything's nice and bright back here. Now here we are inside the car at night. Now you see how all the stock lights are kind of that halogen look, right? Did a video on doing the lights in your climate control. See, they're a little brighter, but then this is what I meant by the automatic shift light, right? I mean, that's the same. I didn't replace this, so it's the same kind of yellowish light to it. All right, now let's go outside and we can look at the license plate light. Now here we are out back with the license plate light. I mean, you can see how bright those LEDs are. I mean, gives it a nice look. I mean, you can look at the ground too. All the light that's put out by these lights. It's really good. So like I said earlier, all I really need to do now is just get replacements for these map lights. And I don't see the point in spending, you know, double the price, if not more than that, to get these interior lighting packages from other, you know, websites. You know, you just save a lot of money going this route, and I think the quality really isn't all that big of a difference. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you liked what you see, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any other shortcuts, techniques that I missed throughout this video, please leave that in the comments below for anybody else that is interested in doing this modification to their own car. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Thank you, and have a great day.